What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Redcat Live, episode 182, something like that ish, give or take. We're back at it again with another new episode. Not a ton of information like I wish I had for you guys just yet. As a lot of you know, Chinese New Year has just finally come to an end, so there's a lot of things and projects that unfortunately had to take a pause during this transitionary period of time. Right. So a lot of things that we're working on right now, we're back on them again. Engineers are heavily working on things that they want to bring out to you guys in the near future and for 2025 year to come. So, of course, we don't have a ton of information to share with you guys at this time, but I figured why not still go live? I am working on a library of other things and topics that we can talk about in the near future as well. But I figured why not just still come at it and say what's up to everyone, have a barbershop feel, and kind of fit you in a little bit onto some of the events that might be happening coming up and maybe some of the things that just happened this last weekend as well. So let's say what's up to some of the guys that are already in the chat. RC Bettina, what's going on? Eric, appreciate you so very much. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Enlighten RC, thank you, man. Appreciate you. David M, Temple, Texas, appreciate you. Always good having you on the show. Alfonso Ishida, what's going on? Redcat fam, drop zone in the house, he says. I love it, man. Mike Solomon, what's going on with you? We got Francisco Garcia representing the 209. Thank you so much for hanging out with us as well, man. DNA Records says, what's good? Are we getting them 20s yet? They teens, but we keep them clean though. You know what I'm saying? We got Giorgio. What's going on with you, man? We got Sergio Betancourt as well. Thank you so very much, man. Appreciate you as always. Ricky Weeble, man, the only burrito is you, bro. You're a torta, actually. You know what? I can see that for sure. Oh, man, Justin Aldridge, what's going on, Justin, man? Appreciate you so very much. We got Roadside RC. What's going on with you? Thank you so much for hanging out with us as well. Always a pleasure having you. Love. What's good with you? Appreciate you. J27, anyone know if I'm able to use more than one $15 coupon that Redcat offers? Would like to use more than one to make a bigger purchase. I'm not 100% sure, Jay. I would call support and have them look into that for you. They might be able to answer that question. But I don't know off the top of my head, unfortunately. Central Illinois, what's going on with you, John? Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Mike Hutch. What's good? We got a lot of good folks in here today. We got Dos Locos RC in the house as well. JD's RC. We got Pierre Stern representing Germany, always holding it down. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Robert Campbell. Skunks Hobbies in the house representing. Rob, you still got any more of those 59s left? What's good with you? Orlando Perez, what's going on with you, man? Drop zones all over this bad boy, man. I see you. All right. Kenneth Welty, what's going on from Anderson, California? Thank you for hanging out with us, man. Appreciate you. All right. And Ricky Weeble finally crossed over and got himself a Monty. There you go, bro. Welcome, man. Welcome to this side of the table, Jay, oops. Let me see. Jay, I appreciate you as well, man. Yeah, you got them points. I'm going to try and see if I can get you an answer to that. The person that we usually deal with that, unfortunately, has been out this week. So I was trying to get you an answer before I came live today, but unfortunately, I was not able to get one. And sadly enough, I usually do good at taking notes, and I didn't, but make sure I get that for you. Give me 1 second. J27. Stack. Points. All right. Made myself a note. I'm going to make sure we check in on that, man. I appreciate you. Mitch Miller, what's going on with you, man? Thank you for checking in. He says he wants that 54 Merc. I want a 54 Merc too. I want a lead sled. Let's go. Let's rock it. Let's make some noise. Mike Hutch, no, I have not heard anything on clear bodies yet. There's a lot of wants. Obviously, factories have been closed for the last month due to Chinese New Year, but I know that it's been talked about a few different times. I know that the powers that be have heard the mentioning of it, but nothing's trickled down to me as to whether or not we're doing it and if we are doing it, when we're going to see them. But I'll definitely try and tap into that as well. made a note for myself. So thank you so much, Mike. Chris Stanley, man, how you feeling, bro? I saw you in the hospital. We had some good thoughts and prayers for you last week. How you holding up, man? Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully the family's good, and hopefully you're back home. So you say in the house. I'm hoping you're in the house and no longer in the hospital bed. So, Chris, man, my heart goes out to you, man. Thank you so very much. I hope you're doing good, bro. John Miller, any release date on the Bed Dancer? Nothing's changed. If you go on our website, you'll notice that we have a release date anywhere from the end of the first quarter to the end of the second quarter. So we're looking no later than June of this year for the drop of the Bed Dancer. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. And obviously, for a lot of you guys that may not know, the Bed Dancer itself, we're going to be offering it at launch in 2 different variants. We're going to have the Founders Edition for those that pre-ordered the truck, and it's going to come with its own variety, only synonymous to the Founders group. And I can't tell you much more about that project unless you're in that group. The people that know, they know. We actually had a really great breakthrough couple of episodes within that group where we fill them in. We do a really huge in-depth look at the product itself, the ins and outs, the failures and the successes when it comes to the product. If you want more information about how to pre-order to become a founder and be a part of that, the link is in the description of this video. Now, if you don't want to be a part of that, totally understandable. And if you would rather wait till the product drops itself, we will be offering a non-Founders Edition, which will be just a generic version of the Bed Dancer truck without whatever the Founders Edition is going to look like with their own packaging and labeling and so on. And that should be available anywhere between 30 and 60 days after the Founders Edition drops, no later than June of this year. We hope, we're praying, keeping our fingers crossed that everything stays on task and on that same pathway of dropping that Bed Dancer by June. So far, we're looking good, but like anything in life, we get curveballs thrown at us every once in a while, and we have to adjust, deflect, and kind of just adjust the way we swing that bat so that we can make it happen. So the end game is obviously to bring this product out. We've been kind of quiet, sharing the information with the general public. But as we're getting closer and closer, we'll be sharing more and more content that I have ready literally to launch and share with you guys as we go. Within the Founders Edition group, there's a lot of in-depth information. Like I mentioned before, we talk about CAD filing work, what it takes to create the body, what it takes to create wheels. I mean, it really is a really awesome in-depth look at the entire Bed Dancer program as a whole. And it's the first time that I've seen anyone inside of this footprint of the RC world do something of this nature where we allow you guys, the public within the Founders Edition group, to come in and really see what's going on. Open the hood, let you take a look underneath the hood and see all the workings and, again, failures and successes that we've had with the product itself. Nothing is held back on that one. But if you want more information, definitely check it out. And if not, no worries. Like I said, with the generic version will be available 30 to 60 days after the Founders Edition launches. And again, we hope that that bad boy launches no later than June of this year. As always, don't hold me to the fire, but that is what I've been told. So as always, I'm the messenger. Please don't shoot the messenger. Let's see here. James, what's going on with you, man? Thank you for hanging out with us. We got Jimmy Winfrey in the house as well. Appreciate you. Jacob Eckrite, me too, man. I want my nuclear sub, bro, maybe get it to shoot some little mini torpedoes with hot sauce in them. You never know. Just saying. All right, guys. So I'm going to speed up a little bit ahead because I do have some things I want to bring up to your attention. And speaking of, there was one thing that I just thought of that I did not get added. So give me 1 second here. Come on. Let's see. Okay. So with that said, let's see. Roadside RC still looking for new RDS with long wheelbase for the lowrider body to fit it. Me too. You know what I'm saying? There was someone that made a chassis, like a prototype that was used for that. I'd be willing to see that come back and have some people do some cool stuff with that. So that'd be really cool. Oh my gosh, we got Bradley Willis in the house, Mr. Hot Shop himself. Appreciate you so very much for hanging out with us. Always a pleasure. Juan Antonio, what's going on with you, man? Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Ronnie Houston, none that I've been told at this time from us anyways. Let's see. All right. So, guys, you know, there was some kind of cool stuff that happened this last weekend. I was actually invited by Sergio Betancourt to come on out to an event hosted by High Class here in Arizona. Kind of turned out into a really cool day. Nice, great event. They had an RC Lowrider scene going on. Awesome car show outside. And, of course, they had a tattoo expo. And, of course, your boy had to be a little bit of everywhere. But I do want to take a quick second and share with you guys a car that really kind of caught my eye. So, Justin Ulrich, thank you so very much for allowing me to shoot some footage of this car. I loved it. This one has drop zone all over it. So let's take a quick look at this bad boy. I believe this vehicle was built by Mr. Forenshawn himself, done up, and looks great as always. Then, of course, we had a couple of the vehicles out there as well, little mini boulevard scene that they had. I was just able to get a couple little quick videos because my attention really drew me to tattoos and tacos. So big shout out to Sweet Style CC out there holding it down. Thank you so very much for being a part of that and allowing me to just come and check out the scene and say what's up to you guys. Always a pleasure. So big shout out to Drop Zone, Foreign Sean, Justin Aldridge, and the rest of the Drop Zone family that was there and other avenues as well. So Justin and Sergio, thank you so much for the hospitality and allowing me to come by and hang out with you guys. I was there with wife and kid and just kind of hung out with everyone. So that was kind of a nice vibe and good family atmosphere. Always awesome. There was a little one that I don't know if you guys know, but so I have 3 boys. 2 of them are impacted by autism and have hosted annual events every year for autism awareness for about 9 years straight. And me and my crew have done an amazing job doing them. And a few years ago, I decided to, kind of let it kind of go dim after losing a really crucial member of the family that hosted these events with me. And so while I was there, I ended up meeting someone who had a son who's on the spectrum of autism. And I had it heavy in my heart to just do something. And I don't know why I even felt compelled at the moment in the morning to wake up and do so, but I ended up taking it was my first Redcat 64, the first one that I ever purchased from Redcat, and it was one that I purchased on the first run. I want to say early 2020, if I'm not mistaken, or late 2020, because I believe it was like December 2020 when we dropped them. And I had done it up, nothing super fancy, but I had a body. It was a convertible. A lot of folks have seen this car that I've had. It's had a sound system in it. It's had wheels, everything prototype that had been offered by us. As this car has been the test mule for, and this little kid was just in awe with the RC cars, and all he wanted to do was just play with them. And so I don't know why, but I brought the car with me, and I was going to take it into the show just to have it on display and just mess around. And this little kid just had my heart, so I ended up sending him and his family home with my first Redcat Lowrider that I ever purchased for myself. And it's kind of one of those things where you put out there the energy you want given back to you. And Father wanted to take pictures of me with it, and I was like, no, I don't want any attention for it. But the only reason I'm telling you guys this is because, we live in a world these days where it's really hard to do selfless acts of kindness for others, where they're valued just for what they are at face value, without the want or the need to get any affirmation. And I see a lot of you amazing community members in the RC crawler scene and the lowrider scene that really always go above and beyond, making sure that we include the next generation of littles to enjoy the hobby to the maximum potential that we possibly can. Right. That's one of the reasons why when I'm out crawling, I always have a bunch of extra servos, servo horns, and just generic parts that I keep with me to hopefully try to keep, people out on the trails as much as possible. And so one of the biggest things, the most gratifying things that I get to do with what I am blessed to do here every day, thanks to all of your amazing support, is to once in a while be able to bless someone like that with an opportunity to get into the hobby that otherwise they may not have done so. So, big shout out to Carl Sanders. Thank you so very much for allowing me the honor of doing that for your son. It was an honest pleasure to be able to do that, and to hopefully bring a smile to his face. So thank you so very much for that opportunity. And, I know there's a lot of folks out there that, do the same, and they rock it. They as a community, you guys build crawlers for kids and veterans. Operation 11 Charlie does this all the time, and it just felt really good for once to do something again without expecting anything in return other than just trying to see someone smile, and that means the world to me to do so. So thank you guys so very much. It's because of your guys' support of myself and the company that has allowed me that opportunity to do something so small yet so impactful for someone that otherwise may not have had that opportunity to do. So let's keep that vibe going into 2025. Right? There's so many things that we're dealing with in the hobby, with potential tariffs and pricings potentially going up on this and that we don't really know where things might land. But there's always one thing that we can always agree on, no matter what is going on in the world, which is to try and promote a positive energy and uplifting those around us and making the RC hobby inclusive to everyone that wants to join in. And I ask of you, as you guys interact in the hobby and pages, to be kind to one another. Yeah, there's always a search bar. We always tell people, please use that search bar, look for what you're looking for. But sometimes it's very, I want to say, it's scary sometimes when you're in a new world trying to gain information and stuff, and not knowing how to properly ask. Right. So at the end of the day, let's practice patience. Let's practice love, and let's make sure that we're doing whatever we can to motivate others to keep paying it forward in that respect. So I thank you guys so very much for that. Guys, with that said, obviously there was some really cool stuff happening all over the world. There's events happening. Things are going to be gearing up this year, right? Some events have unfortunately died out from what I've seen from other manufacturers hosting. RC Lowrider events are live and well. I hope to see more crawler events happening. Obviously, you always have the big ones, Proland by the Fire, Ledge Stock, unfortunately, the big one from Axie Fest, I heard it's not happening this year. So heart goes out to them. It's a big event that I was a big part of at the beginning stages and loved going to for so many years. So it's really kind of sad to see that not happening, but there's other events happening. And a lot of you people are doing these amazing events locally in your backyard, in crawler setups, crawler comps happening. Battle of the Cardinals is happening here at Lake Havasu in Arizona. So I'm looking forward to maybe potentially visiting and checking out that scene as well, and everyone that's going to be competing. So there's a lot of things happening in your neck of the woods. And if you are in the mood to do an event, I strongly urge you to do so. Make something happen. If you ever wanted something happen, you're like, I wish we had this in my neck of the woods. I wish we had that. You know what? Maybe that's your calling to maybe do something and include others and post it up, and you'll be surprised how many people will support you in trying to make an event happen. So I always say that, right? So guys, with that said, let's talk a little bit about some events that might be happening in your neck of the woods. Now, there was one event that I unfortunately did not get to add to my list. That's my bad, but I want to make sure that I talk about it as well. But first and foremost, let's talk about this one here. So sorry, let's see. All right. So let's start talking about one of the first ones. The first one up is going to be, of course, the NorCal Classic Tour. And this is going to be hosted by Lowrider Magazine. I believe on this one, you're going to have Glendale's Bike Shops. So Brian, thank you so much for hosting this. You're going to see a lot of great builds from all over Northern California. I've heard some people from Vegas are coming to come out. Some people from San Diego, Los Angeles, OC. They're going to be making that trek up to Sacramento to be able to come to this event. And of course, you're going to have an opportunity to hang out with the man, myth, legend himself, Jevries. Jevries should be in the house as well, kissing babies and shaking hands and signing autographs, because he's just that kind of a cool dude. So this event is going to be the Lowrider NorCal Classic RC show. It's going to be going down Saturday, March 1st, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Cal Expo State Fairgrounds, and that's going to be in Sacramento, California. Now, there is a link for you to buy your general admission into this event itself. And then once you get in, you'll be paying $10 per car. And that's on top of your general admission to get into the show, to have them in the car show RC Boulevard. And of course, like always, Brian, Don, from Glendale's Bike Shop, he, has subcategories, usually has hop off going on, best of show, paint, in different categories and so on. So should be a great time. And of course, a great opportunity to see Jevries himself and hang out with him. So that's always a plus. Make sure you guys check it out. If you're anywhere near the area, it should be a great time and a great event. They never seem to disappoint. There we go. Sorry, coffee's kicking in. We're going hard with it today. All right. Next up, Mr. Corey Clark is teaming up with his crew, Black Boys, representing as well as Skunks Hobbies, Monster Graphics, RC Hop Shop, and they're going to be hosting the RC Car Show and RC Town Cruise at the Arizona Lowrider Super Show. This show is not a sanctioned Lowrider Magazine show, but it's a big staple show here in Arizona that has gone on for the last couple of years. Primarily before it was sponsored by, I believe this last year, by Raffle Law Firm. Before that, it was Dixon Flannel, and before that, it was someone else. But this event has been an awesome staple in the Arizona community, and one that you should never miss out if you're ever in the area. Last year, there was a great turnout with a lot of folks that made the trek from Los Angeles, Utah, Arizona, from different walks of life. Vegas made it out as well. And they had a great time with the hop that happened. We had, of course, Mr. Chris Mack himself on the microphone. He always makes it really enjoyable for all of the kids. And it's all smiles. I think Seth Carranza was out there as well with some of his builds. Listen, it's an event that if you're anywhere near the area, I strongly recommend you check it out. It is an indoor and outdoor event, so you can have cars staged. The best of the best cars are always inside the actual stadium itself, and then you have other cars that filter out into the outside. The cruising boulevard scene should be set up outdoors like it was last year as well, and there's going to be different subcategories. This event's going to happen March 8th, State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. It is $55 for your first car, $10 for any additional cars. That does include your registration to get into the event itself. If you want to register your car and yourself, you're going to want to go ahead and click the link in the description of this video to be able to sign up. It should bring a lot of good time, a lot of great family-friendly atmosphere, and one that I really look forward to seeing. Of course, this event also is going to have Jevries. Jevries is going to be busy, man. He's going to be flying everywhere. He's going to be flapping his wings, coming to and from, landing here, landing there. He's going to be riding on the red eye to make sure he's here at every event possible this year. So I look forward to seeing him. I look forward to being out there with my camera, shooting some pictures, getting some video content to share with you guys because it is local to us. So it should be a great event for all of you guys to enjoy. So thank you so very much, Corey Clark, for hosting this event and being a part of it, and everyone else that's involved. Thank you guys for making this another epic one as well. All right. Oh, Skunks Hobby says exhibitor spots 10 by 10 are going to be $150 for the March 8 event. So that's awesome. Let's see. All right. Next event that I have on the list is one that I missed last week to put up here. So I do apologize, but I want to make sure we get it up here for you guys as well. And this one's going to be the Delegations RC 4th Annual RC Lowrider Car Show. It's going to happen April 5th, 2025. Now, this is a save the date type of venture at the moment. The location has not been determined, but rest assured, this event's a 4th year happening. They always, have a great show. Obviously, sponsored by Jevries, Redcat, and I'm sure they're going to probably announce some other people as well as sponsors. Registration for this event is going to be $10 per car. 5th car is free. Each entry will get 2 raffle tickets, so that's kind of always a plus to keep in mind. They always kind of show up and show out, have a good old time, family atmosphere as well. And these are kind of the great things that I love seeing from the community, right? Everyone's different clubs and groups are doing things, keeping the vibe alive, and it's really awesome to see different clubs visit other clubs' events, and out of respect, be here, be there, and show support. So that's always a good time to see. So big shout out to Delegation and everyone involved that is hosting this. I can't wait to see it. More information on this event is to come. So as I get more information trickling down to me, I'll make sure that we share that out to you guys as well. So thank you guys so much for that. All right, next event is going to be the Best of Show. Best of Show Custom Car Show Tour in Merced County Fairgrounds. I did just get a little bit of information. Santos RC Chip Dog just said it's $15 general admission for this show. So just keep that in mind. This event's going to happen April 13th. Goes from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. It's Merced County Fairgrounds. Roll-in time is 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. If you want more information, you can always reach out to Chip Dog RC on Instagram, and that's CHIPDOGGRC for more information as well. So keep that in mind, guys. It should be a good time and a great atmosphere as well. All these guys always, they're going to bring it, and they're going to give you guys the best of themselves, and it's always going to be all smiles and good times. Just bring good attitude with you, bring your rides out, and if you don't have one yet and maybe you want to venture into getting into this kind of the hobby, I always recommend, you use these events as an opportunity to come check out the scene and see if it's something that kind of fits you and what you guys want to do, right? So next up we have is going to be the SenCal Showdown. This event's going to happen Saturday, April 26th at Mooney Globe Park. Should have its own RC car show, bicycle show as well. SenCal Showdown Eventbrite.com. I believe it's going to be the link that you guys are going to want for that. Give me one sec. Let me actually, where is it? Yes. This boy's going to happen in Visalia, California, April 26th, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. There is the cost of $10 per car, RC car to enter in. If you want tickets for this event and to register, you're going to want to go to sencalshowdown.eventbrite.com. And again, another good time, Visalia, California. So we're talking about events that are happening up and down the coast and even here in Arizona. I look forward to seeing what other places are going to have more events in the future. So keep eyes on those. I always want to make sure that we try to highlight any events possible. And with that said, also looks like we got bashing_RC Bash Day with my crew in San Pedro, California. Tap in, guys. Ramps, food, great vibes. Bashing RC, do you have any other information that we might be able to share with that? I'll be happy to shout that out at the same time, man. Monster Parts, he says, I missed something. Why are people boycotting Lowrider magazine? Not that I'm aware of that anyone is boycotting that I know of. I haven't heard anything. I just know that there's sanctioned events and unsanctioned events, and there's the Joe Ray Tour, which is not part of Lowrider magazine, and then there's the Lowrider magazine shows. So there's those two venues, and then there's local shows that happen as well. This one that I was talking about here in Arizona is a local show that's not sanctioned with either one of those venues. It's its own thing. It's a community-ran event here locally, and they've been holding it down for many years, from what I understand. I've been going religiously to this event here locally in Arizona for the last 5 years, and it's always been a great time and a great atmosphere. Monster Parts, you know it, man. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for keeping your boy looking fly. Let's see here. Yes, Bradley Willis, you got it. Yep. Chris Mack on the ones and twos. Well, hold on. He doesn't bring his turntables. I can bring my turntables. I can always, I don't know if you know this or not. Your boy's been spinning records since the age of 13. I did take a 20-year hiatus, so I'm a little rusty. So when I scratch, I hear the creaks like, it's not the record creaking, it's my elbows. Just saying. But Chris Mack always holds it down on the mic, so I'm always excited for that. And honestly, like let's be honest, there's events that you go to, everyone does really good emceeing on the mic, and there's something really fun that I love that Chris Mack does, right? He always kind of brings the kids, and he gets them hyped up, and it's just fun to see and watch, you know what I'm saying? I think that speaks volumes to me, speaks volumes to my heart, as I mentioned earlier, something that really means the world to me, to be able to include the young community, and the way we interact with ourselves at these events kind of also is a staple to make sure that these kiddos, you know, see that we're on our best behavior as well, and that we're uplifting others and supporting, you know, other community members in the process. I think that's important as well. Dwayne Clark, Oscar, do y'all sell a bag that will fit a COE, like a travel bag? No, we don't, unfortunately. That would be an insanely large bag, though. I'm thinking like a duffel bag type of setup. That might have to be the thing, you know? Michael, I hope I said this right. Is it Michael? Mikael? When is a show in Hawaii? I don't know. Nothing's been told to me, but I know that there's a lot of shows. I see content of them populated. So, guys, if there's anyone from from the islands, that have any information on events, please, drop them in the comments. Let the folks know what's going on. Let's see. Jose Robinson, is Redcat coming out with the new 62 body? If you haven't been really privy to what's been going on or seen a lot of the previous shows, obviously the 62 body we had made in a factory is originally a one-piece body as created, and that body was intended to suffice a lot of cars that we did not have at the time, right? We only had the 64 available, and people were like, we want more bodies, So we really quickly drew up a 62 body and had a mold created in a one-piece fashion. The community spoke out against the body at first. They really wanted more detailed bodies, so to speak. And so that car, we ordered a couple, orders of that body. They sold here and there. There wasn't a super high seller, of course. And unfortunately, dealing with the factory and the same factory that we're having problems with the 59, we actually dropped that body altogether at this time. There's no saying if maybe in the next coming years, we might bring that back around and actually give it its due process and create a high detail body like we did with the 63, the 64, the 65, the 59. But at this moment, we have a lot of other bodies and or products, not just RC related, RC Lowrider related, but just RC related in general, that are really taking our focus here in 2025 that we want to launch this year. So from what I understand, the 62 body is nowhere near the pipeline at this time, but it's not that it may not come in, coming years or in the future. So it's not dead, I feel, for us as a whole, but I have not heard of us working on a 62 body for future plans at this moment yet. We are working on, and we're also working on this, and then also the awesome, but I can't talk about those yet. But we should have a great 2025 still ahead that will hopefully bring you guys a lot of good times, and not just in the, on-road scene, but the off-road scene as well. Bradley with us. No, I'm not going to do it, bro. I'm telling you, you're going to hear me creaking. No, dude, I'm not. I'm going to be too busy with my camera, bro. I'm going to be too busy making sure that I take a picture of you looking good, looking all fly like so, Monster parts, I got them creaking elbows too. I'm telling you, man, when I'm on the bench press lately, I'm hearing pops, snap, crackle, pops. It's like Kendrick's song, bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. It's every time I lift, I'm just like popping everything. Yeah, it's all bad. I need to work on that. Jacob, I agree with you. And we were talking about this, I think a few weeks ago, right? Where I would love to see a Mercury-led sled. I would love to see a town car, Lincoln Town Car would be an awesome addition. Very popular, car itself to see in the lowrider scene as well. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, a wagon would be legit. Yes, yes. S10, I would love to see that too. Glass house would 100% a must. It's a must have. So, guys, I appreciate you guys. It's a lot of things are in the works, and as I mentioned earlier in the show, there's a lot of things that we're getting close, and we're not there yet. And obviously with Chinese New Year happening and shutting the factories down this last month, a lot of our communication with the factory couldn't happen. So now that Chinese New Year is over, going into February, we're back in communication with the factory, checking in on products, checking in on projects that we're working on as well. So I look forward to seeing what 2025 is going to bring. We should bring a lot of smiles, a lot of good times, keeping the realm alive, so to speak. And I hope that, you guys enjoy it as much as we enjoy making them, and I enjoy filming them. So it should be a good 2025 year ahead. I look forward to you guys seeing some of these products and having them in your hands and enjoying them. That's always a big plus to see. You guys know about some events that are happening in your neck of the woods. As I mentioned, I don't have a ton to share at this time, but I'm going to try and stay consistent, and I'm going to try and see if we have anything else that I can share with you guys in the coming weeks. I know that people want, accessories, they want parts as well. We try to take notes. My moderator take notes as well. I haven't had a moderator in 2 weeks, so hopefully we can get him back next week to continue doing these things and him answering some questions, as it's hard to kind of answer every question coming in while I'm talking to you guys. But, as you guys navigate moving forward and enjoying the hobby, moving on, and summer, spring coming along, definitely a great time to get out with your cars and enjoying the hobby. I ask that you please, keep the smiles coming, keep the content coming. And if there's something that you guys would like to see us do here on the show, whether it's maybe doing maintenance work of some sort, maybe some type of a repair, or, a part swap of something, of a product that we offer, let us know in the comments. Give us some ideas of some things you may want to see. If it's something that we can do within the, 30 minutes to an hour of show that we have, we'll be happy to look into that. So we've done shows in the past where we've done programming on the Ascent Fusion. We've done swapping of parts on the MT, the brass update parts on crawlers as well. But if there's something that you specifically would like to see, please let us know. We'll be happy to look into that. And if it's something that we can make happen, we would love to suffice that at any given point. So let's see here. All right, guys. Perfect. So, guys, with that said, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. I look forward to, like a back-to-back of shows happening. I believe there's also a show going to be happening in March, and I'm going to try and add that next week. Let me see. Lowrider Experience. There was one, I believe, in San Diego that I believe it's in March. Let's see. No. San Diego for Lowrider Magazine it's not even out yet. So, but Lowrider Magazine is going to have the Sacramento shows where they're kicking it off, the NorCal Lowrider Classic. Then they're going to go out to Indianapolis. That's going to be a nice one. I would love to go to some of these, other state events. Indianapolis is going to have a super show. Atlantic City in New Jersey. That's going to be, on the East Coast. Washington Lowrider Show. It's going to be up in Puyallup, Washington. I don't think I said that right, but that's going to be a Washington State Fairgrounds. After that, they're going to be in Salt Lake Lowrider Show in Sandy, Utah. The Portland Lowrider Show in Portland, Oregon. And then, of course, Las Vegas is going to pop off on October 25th. That should be a good one. It's going to be a big one. And then, of course, they should be wrapping up the year in San Diego, but they haven't determine what the date on that is going to be. So I know Joe Ray has some shows of his own. Original Lowrider. Let's see. Joe Ray Original Lowrider events. Looks like they're going to be doing, let's see. Las Vegas, May 25th. Chicago on August 10th. June 22nd will be at the Mile High. So that'll be Denver, Colorado. Atlanta as well, June 28th. And save the date for Oklahoma. And that'll be July 20th. Wow, they have quite a list here. And of course, they have Kansas City as well. Wow, August 31st. So a lot of events happening all over the place when it comes to that scene. So definitely take a look at some of those shows that might be coming close to you. Hopefully you guys can work with some of those local vendors if you wanted to host a lowrider scene or RC Lowrider scene in one of them as well. All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys have a great, amazing, blessed rest of your week. We'll be back next week, same time, same channel, same ugly face. We'll help you a little bit more information that I can share with you guys. I'm going to try and get some answers for J27 on points and Valkyrie clear bodies as well, as that was a common question that's been asked a few times. You guys stay safe, stay blessed. We'll see you guys next week. Till next time, peace.